So, the walking dumpster fire that is Kanye West is back in the news. And just to be clear, I'm not a fan of Mr. West, because to me, he's a moronic, talentless, narcissistic pillock. That being said, I was sad when he split up with Kim Kardashian, because truly, that was a match made in hell. Two of the most hollow, vapid attention whores, possibly the two worst people on the face of the fucking planet. I was hoping their marriage might help cancel out some other great evil. Sadly, it didn't appear to be the case. And before we get to the story itself, I've heard that Kanye is now performing under the stage name Ye. But if you saw the video I posted a few weeks ago about the origins of the English language, you'll know that most people would pronounce this sign Ye Olde Shoppy. But some of the letters are silent and have since been dropped in modern English. It's actually pronounced The Old Shop. And if we look at the sign again, the word which most people pronounce as ye is the same as the way that Kanye West is spelling yay. But we know that the Y is a replacement for an ancient English letter called the thorn, which was pronounced TH. So if we use correct English, Kanye West's stage name is now The. So on to the story itself. Kanye, who I shall henceforth be referring to as The, has angered his fans, both of them, because his new album isn't available on normal platforms. It's not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify. You can't even get it on a good old-fashioned compact disc. To hear his new album, which mercifully I have no intention of doing, you have to buy a stem player. So what the fuck is a stem player? Well, this is what one looks like, and they cost $200 or £200. There's no adjustment for the exchange rate. Therefore, the owner of this company must be an utter retard. Yes, it's owned by The. He says he wants to escape the oppression of the music industry. And much as we know smaller artists get fucked over by Spotify, really, Kanye The West, the utter bellend who went on stage and told the crowd, "You are watching the world's greatest living rock star," despite being photographed next to Paul fucking McCartney from the Beatles. The greatest living rock star. Off the top of my head, above The, you've easily got Jimmy Page, Slash, and you know what, fuck it, me, because at least I can play an instrument. Somewhat unsurprisingly, his fans aren't overly impressed, because it does sound like a bit of a cash grab. He probably needs to claw back some of the money he spent on his joke of that disastrous presidential campaign. So don't buy a stem player. Instead, get an elderly relative with severe Alzheimer's to mumble into a microphone whilst you continuously hit the side of a wheelie bin with a shovel. I guarantee it will sound just like his new album. But before we leave it, let's go through some of Kanye's greatest quotes. "My greatest pain in life is that I will never be able to see myself perform live." What's odd is that The says it's his greatest pain, whereas for me, I get the same experience when he does perform. Next, sometimes people write novels and they just be too wordy and self-absorbed. I'm not a fan of books. I would never want a book's autograph. I'm a proud non-reader of books. So let's break this down. Firstly, people who write novels, they're commonly known as authors, and saying it's too wordy. The bloke's a fucking rapper. Words are his job, and saying you're proud not to read books. Isn't that like announcing, "I'm proud to say I'm a fucking moron"? I hate it when I'm on a flight and wake up with a bottle of water next to me. Like, oh great, now I gotta be responsible for this water bottle. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I don't find the task overly daunting of sitting next to some hydrogen and oxygen within a plastic container, because it's not like it's sentient. Also, the way it's written sounds like it's a regular thing. Almost as if the cabin crew are standing there going, "Wait until that egotistical prick goes to sleep before we take him his water." I am the #1 human being in music. That means any person living or breathing is #2. Living or breathing. Generally, the two go together. I'm not a doctor, but I'm guessing anyone who doesn't breathe for a lengthy period of time is probably dead. And secondly, the only time The is the best musician is if he's in a room on his own. The second any other person enters, and it could be a backward 4-year-old with a fucking recorder, he is then automatically #2. I'm the closest Hip-hop is getting to God. In some situations, I'm like a ghetto pope, so I'm confused by this. Is he saying he's close to God or comparing himself to God? Because it wouldn't surprise me if this fucking nutjob has a messiah complex. And also, a ghetto pope. I'm fairly certain the Almighty's representative on earth wouldn't be a mumbling halfwit who's proud that he doesn't read books. I will be the leader of a company that end up being worth billions of dollars. Now, there's no denying the guy's made a lot of money, but we've just seen what a shrewd businessman he is by releasing his album on a device that costs £200 or dollars that no fucker's going to buy. So Kanye, or can you not just piss off into obscurity? Yes, the marriage with Kim Kardashian made you appear relevant. It was novel, it was almost fun, but that's done now. So please, shut up, fuck off, and stop trying to con your fans out of money. And although may be a proud non-reader of books, I'm proud to be one of the few men on earth that his ex-wife hasn't fucked. Right, that's the end of this video. But do you remember when he was running for president and Jennifer Aniston said voting for Kanye West wasn't funny? Which is ironic really, because neither was Friends. As ever, thanks for watching.